So I've been an entrepreneur for over 15 years, I think now. And the last company I had before TestGorilla was a social enterprise called Suki, which means happy in Nepali. A social enterprise I started together with my wife, and we were selling carpets or rugs, handmade carpets online. And when they started to grow, like we needed to grow our team, and we got just amazing numbers of applicants as a small company, right? So we would get like up to literally 2,000 CVs or resumes, as you call them in North America mostly. And we were struggling. So we were like, oh my God, like we have all this pile of resumes, right, or CVs. How do we find the best talent, right? That was our number one question. And then the second question was like, hey, as a social enterprise, how do we make this a fair process? Like, how do we're not only going to follow our biases and focus on the nice pictures or the shiny brands, right? So we were really struggling with that. And then our solution was in the end, and I learned later that many companies actually to this day are still doing this, was starting to make our own little handmade Excel tests. So in Excel, we make little tests about rugs and creativity, but also cognitive ability, to kind of have something more objective to filter candidates at really at the beginning of the recruitment funnel. And this worked surprisingly because we were really bad at making these tests, right? But it really worked. We're like, wow, this has helped so much to make it fairer and better. And then I put on my potential customer head, let's say, and started looking on the internet. So where is this product? I want to buy this SaaS tool. You use all these other SaaS tools, right? This software tool to do this in a much better way. And I couldn't find it. So this was, when was this? Like 2017, something like that. And then I put on my entrepreneurial hat. I was like, wow, I can't be the only one, right? Like who thinks this CV based or resume based filtering of candidates just doesn't work. Like, so then I was like, wow, then the idea was born for TestGorilla basically. And also my introduction to kind of skills-based hiring. Now, fast forward, we launched TestGorilla, of course, like a couple years ago. And then early last year, we were thinking like, hey, it would be so nice to kind of do a bit more research, right? We feel we're part of this much bigger trend. I think then on the next slide, we're part of this much bigger trend where we're with a kind of a revolution in hiring, right? In how hiring is done and how it's being run, and we should investigate and maybe contribute also to that a little bit in terms of thought leadership and research. Now, and here's a little anecdote, a true story actually. So this was early 2022. So that's only like not even 2 years ago, right? And so we were brainstorming about this, like, hey, how can we do this research? And the first question we had was like, okay, state off. We will call it state off, but off what? So we literally didn't know what to call it. We're like, is it state of aptitude and ability based hiring or something, or of multi-measure testing? Because there wasn't a word. Like there wasn't one word yet in this world of recruiting that had been coined. Now, so it's amazing that I think only in 2 years, like now it's like skills-based hiring. Everyone is talking about it, right? Like people like and BBC, even Forbes, wherever you look, like people are talking about skills-based hiring. But it has gone so fast. It's literally we didn't know the term like at the beginning of early last year, which is amazing, right? Because we apart from TestGorilla, we want this to succeed because it's just so much better, right? Skills-based hiring for candidates and organizations in the end.